Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So I thought I was going to be a little bit later than I am today, but it happened that I am on time. So welcome, and thanks for being patient with me. I had Lucas today. I got him I don't know, about 9 this morning. And then him and I met Peyton and Carson, my other grandson. We went and got pedicures, and then we went over to Sam's Club, and then came home, ate lunch, and took a really long, amazing nap. I know I did not want to function as an adult today, so I didn't. I took a nap with him, which I should have. Sorry, I think I had a little hair in my mouth. I should have come out while he was napping to do my Facebook Live, but Bo wasn't home. He drove to Texas this morning, and I don't want to leave him in the house. I have a camera, but I would rather just stay in the house with him. So I was like, let's just take a nap. So I got a 2.5 hour nap. Lucas got almost a 4 hour nap. So it was very, very lovely. And then after nap, we had a snack, and then we came out to the craft room to get ready for tonight's live. So it's really quiet in the craft room, and I just kind of glance up to see what Lucas is doing. He is completely butt naked. He took all of his clothes off and was butt naked all over my craft room. And then he said, Mimi, I have to go potty. So I'm like, okay, let's go. So he decides to open up the door and pee in the rocks outside the door. So that was my evening. At least we're saving water. Guess we didn't have to flush anything. But it was so fun to have him, and he's so cute, and he comes up with the craziest little stories, and he is so much fun. I think I needed that today just to sit and relax and concentrate on him. So that's what I did. That was my day. I really didn't get out into the craft room, but to do tonight's live. So good evening, Valerie. Good evening, Stephanie. So I do have a super cute card for you. It is with the same Fields in Bloom that I used on Tuesday, but I pulled in a couple other stamp sets and some dies. So hopefully you guys like what I've created. Let's point you over and we will get started. Okay, let's make sure we are live on my iPad, which I'm pretty sure we are. Yep, there it is. Let's bring in the stamp sets that we're using today. Here is the Fields of Bloom. This is the one that we did on Tuesday, and that's the card we did. And on the inside, I did the same thing as the outside. So we have Fields in Bloom. I brought in the sketched plaid. This one I used last week or the week before. Here's one of the cards that I did with that stamp set. And then the Sweetly Scripted. So this is the one that I did use on Tuesday as well, and we're going to use it again tonight. So 2 of them are the same that we're using, and then I brought in a third. I know it's a lot of stamp sets to use on one card, so if you don't have all of these, you can definitely substitute. Any background stamp I think would work with this card, but I just wanted a little something in the back. So that's what we're using. And then I brought in some of our amazing glimmer paper. I swear, hands down, our designer series paper, our glimmer paper, our ink, everything that Stampin' Up! Does is absolutely phenomenal. This one is the peach pie, and I hope you can see all of the amazing glitter. And I like how when you rub on it, it doesn't come off. And 99% of glimmer paper does rub off. And I really like that this one doesn't. And you can tell I've definitely been stamping. I've got a little bit of ink all over me. So that's the designer series or the specialty paper. And then I brought in the deckled circle dies. This is from the holiday catalog that they did carry over. And I used, let's see, let's count from the inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I used number 6 and number 7. So number 7 is going to be the larger circle. And then number 6 is going to be our basic white that layers over it. I didn't cut these because we need to do some stamping and then we can cut them. So there is that. And oh, there it is. I thought I forgot my grid paper, but I didn't. It is sitting right beside me. So let's start with the measurements. I did put all of the measurements in before I went live, but I will go over them with you. So this is our thick basic white, and it measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. So we're just going to fold and give it a good crease. Set that to the side. This one is Shy Shamrock. This measures 4 by 5.25. And I have a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. Those two are going to layer together. And then I have the Shy Shamrock Glimmer Paper that's 3/4 of an inch wide by 4. I'm sorry, 3 3/4. And then a 1/2 inch by 3.5 piece of our basic whites. So let's start by stamping the Shy Shamrock on our piece, or on our sketched, what's it called? I just lost the name of it. Sketched plaid stamp. So I'm going to ink this entire thing up, and I'm going to lay this piece right on top. You can use another block if you want to press down. You can use your hands, or I like to use my brayer. But it does get the brayer a little bit messy. So there's that. If we have time, I have a couple of them to put together. So let's just do all 3 of these. I sometimes pre-prep the other couple cards that we're good doing, but I didn't have a lot of time. Having a naked, almost 3-year-old running around your craft room kind of preoccupies you on taking pictures and laughing. So that's pretty much what I did. But we should try that. Is anybody up for naked crafting? I don't think so. I don't think I would be. But it would be kind of interesting. Okay, I'm going to set these to the side just so I don't accidentally get my hand in them. So I have all 3 of the backgrounds done. So now I'm going to bring in just scraps of basic white. I actually think it's 3.5 inches by 5, just so it was big enough, or small enough and big enough to stamp and run through the mini embossing machine. I brought the little mini guy over today. So I'm going to start using the Shy Shamrock, and I'm going to ink up the flower, the fields of leaves first. There we go. And I think on Eva, I didn't get it all the way to the bottom, and that's totally okay because we're going to die cut it out. But I think I want to go off of the page a little bit. I want a little bit more of the clouds. There we go. I think that's better. Let's flip this guy over. That's why there's 2 sides to each piece of paper, is you can flip it over. Good evening, Monique. Welcome. So there we go. So I am stamping off the bottom. There we go. So those 3 are done. We need the Shy Shamrock, so I'm going to leave it open for a second. Let's bring in the Petunia pot. And I'm just going to ink up a little bit more than half because I didn't use all of the image, so I don't need the entire fields of flowers. But I don't know how far I went down, so I'm just going to ink up a little bit more than half. So does anybody have this set yet? Have you played with it? If you have, let me know in the comments how you love it and what you've done with it. I need to figure out how to open up my Facebook page so you guys can send pictures and post comments. So in my spare time, that is what I'm going to start working on. Hopefully one of my kids, they're listening and they'll just do it for me. I rely on my kids for a lot of my technical things. Okay, so now I have pool party, and I'm going to do the same thing like I did on Tuesday. I just want a little hint of a blue sky. So I'm taking my blending brush. I remembered the name of it this time. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of ink, and I want to brush them off because I don't want it super stark blue. I just want a little hint. And I am doing the whole card, even though we're going to use the die cut and cut out a circle in it. But I don't know exactly where I want the circles yet, so I am doing the entire thing. So let's bring in some clouds. And again, I don't know how much of this I'm going to get in the circle, but it's better to stamp more than go in and try to add it after you cut it and realize it didn't look right and then have to start all over. I have done that more than once. So that is from experience. Okay, let's close up the pool party. Let's get rid of the paper and bring in our mini embossing machine. If you guys don't have this little guy, it is really cute and it is really fun. And it's exactly what you need sometimes that you don't want to pull out your great big machine. Oh, that is so gorgeous. I think I'm just going to do it right in the center. So don't forget to put your plate on top, otherwise you will bend your dies. I know that from experience as well. So always, always, always make sure your top plate is on. Okay, there's one. As much as I want to keep that, I think I'm not. I can make more if I want something else with it. But it is super cute. Okay. We're just cutting all three. We're not using all three on one card. But I figured since I didn't pre-stamp the other two, I figured we'd just do it all at once. Okay, put that away. And then let's do our last one. Perfect. Done. And how easy that was, and it doesn't take up my entire screen having my little mini guy out. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so now let's bring in all of our card pieces. And you guys are probably going to laugh at me, but I'm going to walk into my craft room. I honestly think I grabbed the wrong cardstock. I think I grabbed, and I can't remember the name of it. I think this one is Shy Shamrock. It is. So I'm going to recut these really quick. This is what happens when you craft with almost a 3-year-old. You think you got the right paper, and then you realize at the last second you don't. And that looks a little wide. Did I cut that at 4 inches? I did. Okay. Let me cut this one. I think my example has the wrong color on it too, but you know what? Nobody's ever going to know. Just us. Okay, there we go. Yes, that is definitely, I had the wrong color. But it's okay. We fixed it. It was an easy fix. And it's just paper. Okay, let's start by gluing down our Shy Shamrock. Now that I have the correct color. And then we can grab our Plaid background stamped image. Put that right in the center. And As soon as this live is over, I am definitely dropping this card in the mail. My girlfriend's husband has been super sick, and I think he would enjoy to get a card in the mail. So if anybody wants to drop a card in the mail to one of my girlfriend's husbands, let me know, send me a message, and I will get her contact information to you. I think it's always a good idea when somebody's not feeling well to give them a little pick me up that you're thinking about them. Well, there's a spider that just ran across. Did you guys see that? Okay, in my original card, let me see what I did with it. It was just here a second ago. Well, if I find it, I actually used, oh, there it is. I used the little bit smaller of a frame, but after I put it together, I realized that it could be a little bit bigger, and I really wanted to see more of the fields of flowers and the clouds. So I did up that a little bit in the size, but the size that I went over with you on the live is correct. Okay, let's do a little bit of stamping our sentiment. I'm going to bring this back in because the sentiment is a little bit longer than, well, not a little bit, it's a lot longer than this smidgen of paper. So I want to make sure it doesn't get on my work surface. And if you notice, I did use mini glue dots to attach this. People say that our green glue will stick to Glimmer paper. I still have not tried it, so I'm going to stick with what I know. And when I have this image, I just lay it right on my mini glue dots, and then I can peel it right off. Usually I kind of do what I did on this, pick each one up at a time. But if it's a large image like this, I like to just lay it on there. Okay, let's flip these over, add some dimensionals, and we're going to pile this one pretty high. It's a large circle, and I don't want anything coming off or sagging. Peel these off. As soon as I get done with the live, Bo isn't home, so the dogs still haven't eaten. So I have to rush in, feed the dogs, feed myself, and then I have to work tomorrow. So to hurry and go to bed. There you go. And you can bring in some of your gems and sprinkle a few of your rhinestones on there. There you go. Very quick, very simple, and so pretty. I love the glimmer paper, and the background stamp just gives it that little extra pop that it needs. So now we can just quickly put the other ones together. Now that we have the correct cardstock color. And it goes together pretty quickly. You could definitely mass produce a bunch of these. And I like the way the back looks from using your brayer. There's that. Let's grab our last card base, and we'll put all of our card bases together. Good evening, Jane. Welcome. There's that. There's this piece, and then we'll do our stamping and gluing everything else together. Let's scooch those over to the side just so I can bring in my scratch paper or my grid paper so I can do a little bit of stamping. Speedy recovery. Oh, that was pretty good. That one one looks good as well. I really like to use small strips so it doesn't take up too much of the focal point, the design. I know during card class and stuff, not usually, sometimes I'll have to stamp just because they're such little tiny strips. So I'm just laying these on. And then I can just go in and peel the backings off. That one kind of hung over, so I'm just going to flip it back on its back. There we go. And on Tuesday, I am going to do a box. I have not done a box in a long time, and it's going to be a card box. So it will fit all of these cards that we make, that you could make these and do them as gifts. So that is what we're going to do on Tuesday. So definitely feel free to set your calendars that Tuesday at 7, we're going to make some fun boxes. And I've been meaning to do it for a while, and I'm finally going to do it. So this can go right in the center. There we go. And now I have 4 absolutely beautiful Speedy Recovery cards. Get Well. I should see if we have a Get Well. I could stamp the Get Well on the inside. There we go. Let's flip these guys over, add some dimensionals. I'm going to close up this ink pad so I don't put my hand in it. Put 4, which is probably overkill, but again, it's your card. If you want to use an entire sheet on one image, I say do it. At least we know it's not coming apart, right? Okay. Peel the backing off. It's nice when my fingernails are long because I can just lay them on top of each other and peel up and pretty much get them in one big swoop. I see those ladies that take their pick tool to poke in and peel them up, and I have not mastered that. But I can do them with my fingernails. Okay, let's bring our card bases back in. Let's put this right in the center. And this is going to go right along the bottom. Ooh, don't stick. There we go. There we go. I will bring all of them back in. Let me sprinkle a few gems on here just so I don't forget after. And we are done. Okay, I will bring all of them back in. Here are the 3. Oh, actually, this is the original one I did. Actually, this one's the original one I did. And I did use the right color. It must have been a fluke that I grabbed the wrong sheet out of the pad. But there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed them. I think they turned out absolutely gorgeous. Who would not have a speedy recovery if they get this card in the mail? So there you go. If you need any help ordering any of the supplies that I used tonight, definitely feel free to reach out. I am available for you pretty much 24/7. If I don't answer, it means I'm working or I'm sleeping or taking a nap, and I will respond as soon as I wake up. Anyway, have a great evening, and I will see everybody on Tuesday for another live. Chat with you soon. Bye-bye.